Hello and welcome to 30 Days of Wise Ideas series. This is day 25, January 25, 2026. Today we will look at someone who will ruin your body, your reputation, and your soul. As always, the wise ideas that we're learning are taken from the book of Proverbs for this particular series. Let's dive in. For a prostitute reduces you to a piece of bread. The adulteress hunts for your precious life. Can a man scoop fire into his lap and his clothes not be burned? Or can a man walk on hot coals and his feet not be scorched? So is he who goes in to his neighbor's wife. Whoever touches her will not go unpunished. And it says here, he who commits adultery with a woman is void of understanding. He who does it destroys his own soul. He will get wounds and dishonor. His reproach will not be wiped away. These are some strong words being given to the young man, a man so that he might be guard himself against a very real threat and danger to his soul. Let's dive in. A prostitute will cost you money, and it could be a lot of money. Prostitutes monetize intimacy, and therefore it is a cost for a person to have the services of a prostitute. So it will cost you money. The adulteress hunts for pleasure, not money. Get that? She hunts for her own pleasure, not money. You don't pay her as you would a prostitute. See, an adulteress, another man's wife, will cost you your honor, physical wounds, and destroy your soul. You know, there's a scene from a movie where Tom Cruise acted in it, and this girl approaches him in a bar. She pretends that he's interested in her, and he tells her he's not interested, and he made some joke about a prostitute, and she said he called her a prostitute in the movie. There's a scene in the movie, but he said a prostitute is cheaper and she would understand the joke. In a sense, that scene in the movie is describing an adulteress. Tom Cruise in that movie, in that scene, was relating that an adulteress or that type of loose woman isn't charging money, but in the end she is more expensive. She costs more than a prostitute. A prostitute only costs money. The adulteress, who's another man's wife, may not need your money. Her husband has money, so she wants romance, pleasure, your desire. She desires something else besides what her husband has provided now. Wisdom describes it like embracing fire in your bosom or in your lap, or walking bare feet on hot coals. These activities will get you burned. It will impact you physically. Wisdom also teaches us that a man who goes after another man's wife is void of understanding. That man destroys his own flesh and his own soul. You know, that reminds me of a story of a time this man who was wealthy went after another man's wife. The man was a poor man, and this rich man was able to enter into a relationship with the poor man's wife because he had money and resources, and he was brazen enough to go after another man's wife. Now, you would think in this day and age that shouldn't happen, but movies have explained that scenario. I think there was a movie with Demi Moore and Robert Redford that had this sort of scenario where the rich man, using money, had intimate relations with a poor man's wife. Now, why I bring this to point is this. So the story I'm talking about years ago, a man did that, and this man's flesh is weird looking now. disfigured looking, abnormal. He certainly doesn't look like a beautiful newborn babe, because he not only took the married man's wife for intimate relations, but he later on went on to marry that woman. It went on to work its way into his flesh. So you can look at him physically and you can say something is not right. Scripture teaches us not only is the flesh in danger, but even the soul is in danger. You see, okay, in ancient days, the penalty for engaging in intimacy with another man's wife was death by stoning. That's according to scripture. That was the penalty in ancient days. Today, that doesn't happen. We are a cultured and advanced society that don't put people to death for something like that. So the person lives, but there is a corruption in their flesh that also lives with them. They are marked because of that. Secondly, their soul is endangered. No man can override the judgment of our Creator in heaven. When he warns in his holy word that going with another man's wife endangers your soul, he means it. And so the warning for young men or old men or any men today is to guard yourself fiercely. How does that apply to us today? As children of God, we are to be a holy and set apart people. Being holy, the people of God, the men of God, are forbidden from marrying a divorced woman. It's Leviticus 21. You can find it in that chapter. Why a divorced woman? Because a divorced woman still has a living husband. So you are with another man's wife. Now, divorce is a form of abandonment. Does a piece of paper destroy something that was created spiritually? No.